With Kenshi being set in a post-apocalyptic world, there are bound to be some factions that are known for raiding others. Being stronger than weaker people is probably the best thing you can do in these situations. It's no surprise then that a massive faction of the three main factions in the game are the Sheks. Sheks are raiding heavy, ogre-like people who would love nothing more than beating people up, taking the stuff, and then loving dying in battle. Let's have a look at what they're about and how good they are. The Shek Kingdom is the smallest of the massive three factions in Kenshi, and they are known for their Shek people. The Sheks are a hardy people, not loving nothing more than war. As you can see by their appearance, they are horned, big, and look fucking terrifying. Now, the Sheks have a base 125 limb health that's higher than all the others, and they have stat boosts to all of their combat abilities with debuffs to menial tasks like farming and labouring. These guys live for war. And that is it. Their whole culture, in fact, is based on war, considering that if they lose in battle and do not die, they are shunned and they will have their horns cut off, and if they win in battle, then there is nothing better. With them being such a heavy raider culture, they do not provide anything for themselves. They do not farm, they do not mine, they are literally just, we need something, we go run over here and take it. It's no surprise then that it was once at war with every faction in the game. The Holy Nation, the United Cities, they hated everyone. They were led by a guy called Shagger. And yes, that is a funny name. If you don't understand what it means, it is very funny. But Shagger was warring against the United Cities and the Holy Nation. He was planning to keep fighting all these guys, and when he was fighting the Holy Nation, surprisingly, they were losing because the Holy Nation had more technology and they were more organised because they were all unified under one banner. Like the Sheks though, they were not unified properly because a lot of them had different opinions. But then, after one final fight, they decide that they're going to throw a suicide attempt at the Holy Nation by saying, you know what, we're going to give it our all, we're all going to go in glorious battle and then meet our God as honourable people. Until one person stepped in, a start of a stone golem. Her friend Baymar, I believe his name was, he said, we should not be doing this, we're all going to die, you're leading us to our fucking deaths here. And Shaggy said, yeah, well, I'm in charge. Until a starter then stepped in. She said, well, you know what, I'll fight you for it. She then fought Shagger, and then she won. Immediately after she won, she withdrew all the people warring with the Holy Nation to come back and go on more of the defence, and then she signed a peace treaty with the United Cities and offering trade between them, so not only could they get constant food in so they didn't have to raid for it, there was also now not fighting a war on all fronts. Astarter is heavily praised in the Shek community for obviously keeping them all alive, but a lot of the Sheks thought, you know what, Shaggy did have a point though, where Sheks, we were made for fighting, so a lot of people called Crowl's Chosen said, you know what, we're going to go start our own faction because we still believe in Shagger. Now, Shagger obviously died, but his ideologies did not die with him. So there are a couple of factions out that are divided from the Shek Kingdom themselves after all this stuff with the starter kicked off. It's also a fun fact as well that the Shek are also illiterate. A lot of them cannot read, and if you read the lore in the Kenshi fandom wiki, you can find out that even Astarter herself cannot read. So even though she just wants to do all these reforms and stuff, a lot of them are a lot short-lived because of this, well, obviously massive thing. The Sheks also believe that they are the strongest and all the other races are sort of subhuman compared to them. As the beat people. The Hivers, they believe that they are weak and sneaky. The Flatskins, aka the humans, they're not strong enough for the world. And Skeletons, they probably do think of the Skeletons as some hardy race, that's because they are made of metal, but at the same time they do distrust them. Starting with the units of the Shek Kingdom, the first of all are the Shek Returners. These are the citizens of the Shek towns, and they are their civilians. The United Cities have the peasants, Holy Nation have the citizens, and these are the Shek Returners. Even though they are Sheks, their combat stats are quite bad as well, but at the same time, they are just citizens. Next up are the Shek Warriors. These are the bulk of the Shek military force. Many of them have parts of heavy armour and they all carry heavy weapons. These guys do not mess around. As you can see, some of them wear martial arts bindings, some of them have other different types of clothes, but no matter if they have good armour or not, their stats are immense, so I would not recommend picking a fight with these guys, because if you are, you're most likely going to lose a limb or two. Next up are the 100 Guardians. Now these are the top tier of the military that you're going to see around, walking around Kenshi. These guys are, believe in the lore, the reason why they're called the 100 Guardians is these are the top 100 warriors of the Shek. And if you were a top 100 of a warrior race, you probably are pretty tough. I mean, look at the stats, they're in the 50s and the 70s. These guys have very good gear, armoured plates, do not mess with these guys. They're like a Shek warrior on steroids, and just look at them, they look mean as fuck. Do not approach unless you are heavily geared. And the last guys on our list of the military are the 5 Invincibles. Now, these are the top 5 warriors in all of the Shek. They carry extremely well-crafted armour and melee weapons, and just look at them. They look fucking terrifying. The 5 Invincibles are always going to be around the leaders of the Shek Kingdom to protect them, so you're not going to have to run out of into these guys in the field, but if you ever try to take on the current leader of the Sheks, be warned, these guys will fucking murk you if you are not prepared. Just look at the stats in the bottom left, they are terrifying. Do not approach unless you are geared yourself. The final one is the start of a stone golem. Now, she is the current leader of the Sheks, and she also is extremely hard to kill. She has a Me Too heavy weapon on her as well, I believe is the fragment axe, and if you take a look at the stats here, if it wasn't for her axe right now, she would have over 100 attack herself. Now, she forged her way over here by killing the strongest Shek warrior, so obviously she's quite hard to beat. She has samurai cloth pants and some chainmail on her, so she's not that heavily armoured. If you can get her on her own, you can crossbow her, which would be, to be fair, would be the easiest way. But if for some reason she dies or gets imprisoned, Mukai the Mountain will take her place, which is another heavy fighter. But a starter reigns just over in Admag. Now for a couple of the world states and some of the a bit more of lore about the Sheks. So first of all, there are 4 cities, if you can call them that, in the Shek Kingdom. There is Squin, which is probably the first one you're going to see. There is Admag, the capital. There is the Great Fortress, and there is Last Stand, which is near the Bugmaster, because in Shek lore, if they get old, most of them say, you know what, we don't want to get old, we still want to go into the afterlife as great warriors. So what they do is they try and find the best warrior there is, which to the Sheks currently it is Bugmaster, and Last Stand I believe it is. They go there, they have a final drink in one of the bars, and then they go charge the Bugmaster's fortress to try and kill him. But funnily enough, if your player or someone in your faction kills Bugmaster, and then you hand in their bounty to the Sheks will then start choosing you as their final way into their afterlife, kind of like Vikings with Valhalla. So if you turn in the bounty, eventually you will get a Shek raid saying that you are the toughest, and they'll come and kill you. And then if they die during it, they'll think, oh, we're finally going to go to the afterlife now because they're the strongest. A couple of things can happen with these Sheks and the world states. So first of all, if you kill a starter of a stone golem, she'll be replaced by Mukai the Mountain, and Mukai the Mountain is the he's just like another chance for the Sheks because they still hold a lot of the same ideals. But if you kill Mukai the Mountain again, the Flying Bull will take over, and he is the leader of the Krauls Chosen, who still believe in the old Shek leaders' philosophies, and so he will then move to Squin, and it will fall under his control. Funnily enough, if he is in charge while you have killed some of the Holy Nation leaders, like Holy Inquisitor Seta or Holy Phoenix, then Holy Nation towns will start falling under Shek control while they are under the new Krauls Chosen, which is quite really good because when you realise that if a starter dies, Mukai the Mountain doesn't take any new locations if any Holy leaders die, which shows that he is quite a tougher Shek. There are also some other bandit groups within the Shek Kingdom. There is the Band of Bones, which you can find the leader next to the way station, next to Squin. She is quite easy to kill really early on. If you get 2 mercenary groups, you can kill them. There is also the Berserkers. The Berserkers are a bit of a tougher bandit group, and they have their own little village, opposed to a camp that the Band of Bones use. But yeah, that's the Shek Kingdom. So thank you for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Kenshi itself. Thank you, and remember to have a good one.